Welcome to the fourth episode of Ask Giri, the Physio Show. Our topic for this episode is Pain 101, only the evidence. We usually do pain education to all our patients to remove the fear about pain and give them the evidence and how to handle the pain. I'm sure all of us will go through some kind of pain episodes in our life, and it's always good to know how to handle them properly, what is the true things and what is the myth. So that's the whole point of this episode. Hope you guys will enjoy this. So I want to start this presentation with this quote from Madam Curie. Nothing in life to be feared, it's only to be understood. And it's a time to understand more so that we may fear less. So most of the content in this episode is taken from different evidence-based websites, articles, and also journals. And big thanks to Pain Chats, a lot of information from there, and physiotherapists like Keith Roger and all the contributors of different fields from Pain Chats. Okay, so what are the common questions we ask ourselves when we have pain, right? As you see in the slide there, like you ask yourself, what did I do to hurt myself, right? How long will this pain last? Will I ever get better? Am I safe to do any normal activities like walking or bending or lifting? Can I work with this pain, right? So these are the common questions will arise in our mind most of the time. But what are the answers we are getting for those questions? And which answers are true, which are false, which is a myth, which is just somebody's opinion. So this episode is to break all the myths and give you just the evidence. So this picture you see in the slide right now describes, he is one of the guy who kind of formulated the pain pathway in 1664. So what we thought about pain pathways, what I studied in school, I'm talking about in 1990s, is that you have a stimulus which stimulate your nerves, with painful stimulus I would say. It can be a thorn prick or even a fire, whatever it is, and stimulus goes to the nerve and it goes to the spinal cord and it goes to the brain, right? And you perceive pain here. So that's what we learned. So this is what we thought about pain pathway, and we perceive pain in the brain. We thought pain is an input coming from the brain and you feel the pain. So this theory is proven totally wrong, right? There is no pain pathways. There is no pathways which carry pain. So that's something we have to kind of change our wiring, our thought process in our brain, what we studied and how it's been disproven now after 22 years. So the problem in the modern science tells us that mind and body, they work together in complex ways to create pain. Pain is actually a predictive alarm and not a damage detector as thought before here. There is no pain fibers or pain pathways which is kind of alert the brain. There's only danger pathways. When the brain has to weigh up all the information which is coming from different sensations and your past experiences, and then it has to decide what kind of pain or alarm you have to feel. That's very important. Understanding why you hurt and what can you do about it is the best medicine you can have or you can take when you have pain. The knowledge is the best medicine, right? And also reassurance from your healthcare practitioners and a physiotherapist that you are safe and not in any danger. It's very important to kickstart your recovery. Reducing fear and worry can really help you to get back into what you want to do and live well after that. And the unconscious protective things you do when you have pain can also lead to increased pain. So you have to remember that. Understanding that you can have the pain without any tissue damage. This is a very important take-home message for you guys, right? You don't have to have a tissue damage for you to feel the pain. You can have no tissue damage and you can have pain too. There was a great incident happened in UK. It was actually published in a UK medical journal about this construction worker, and he got a big nail into his foot. He was wearing a construction steel toe boot, but nail still went through his foot and the shoe. He was screaming in pain and he came to the emergency department in the hospital, and they opened the shoe to find out the nail didn't even pierce his foot. It just went through between his toes. So why he screamed of pain? Just the thought of nail piercing through his shoes gave him that pain. without even any tissue damage. Just a small example, right? So you don't have to have tissue damage for you to have pain. So pain and damage don't always go together. Always when we have pain, we always think, especially with the back pain patients, if they have any disc issues or anything like that, oh my God, if I bend, I'm going to cause more damage to my disc or the other structures. So I'm going to protect my back. No, back is a your spine is a very strong structure. It's not a fragile structure as you think so. And another thing is also when you get hurt, when you get injured, the healing process starts automatically. You can't stop it. Right? The stages of healing, the inflammation, the proliferation, all the stages of healing is going to start right away and you can't stop it. So no matter what you do, the body is going to heal. And body has very wonderful healing systems and they go to work right away to take care of the mess and clean up and start healing. So what if you have a pain without an injury? Sometimes you don't have to have injury. You wake up in the morning, you feel a lot of pain in your back or your neck or your knee or the hip. It can happen sometimes. Right? So what do you do at that time? So that's when the nervous system sensitivity comes into play. Your nervous system is very sensitive and if any stress goes through that nervous system, it can start the protective responses like your pain, stiffness and muscle tightness in that area, which you may perceive as pain when you start moving or when you wake up in the morning. So the nervous system sensitivity is another important thing you have to learn about when you talk about pain. So there are many alarms around your spine which your body will try to let you know by kind of spasming the muscles or tightening the muscles to let you know, okay, I want to protect this area, don't move. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to guard your muscles. Normal daily activities is good enough for you to kind of activate those alarms, right? Sometimes you try to move to pick up something, you'll feel, oh my God, that's more painful. I'm damaging myself. That's a thought process you should not have, right? And that will cause more stress in your life. And as we talked about before, pain without tissue damage is very common. And for us, it's very common to understand that if the pain is really bad, there must be horrible injury. That seems very logical thinking, but it's not always the case. So depending on what situation you are in, emotionally and socially and also work-wise, office-wise, stress-wise, your nervous system can increase or decrease your experience of pain. So now we know pain is not an input, it's an output, it's behavioral experience. That concept actually it evolved slowly and now after 20 years, that's what we believe to be now. Right? It's not an output, it's a behavioral experience. That experience can be tuned up and tuned down by your nervous system. It depends on where you're at life and what are the different things you're going through in life. As you pay more attention to your pain and worry more, your nervous system becomes more sensitive. That's why you can't always focus on your pain when you have pain. Right? You have to kind of distract yourself a little bit more away from the pain because brain is an amazing organ. It improves whatever you focus. So just remove the focus a little bit away from your pain so that you don't increase your sensitivity of your nervous system when you have pain. It amplifies every sensation, and it also make you to pay more attention to pain, right? And it just always sends you that alarm all the time. Then when you get that alarm so much times, what do? You kind of tense up more. You make the muscle more tighter and you protect yourself more. And then that cycle goes on and it's our job to educate you to break that cycle, and it's your job to also how to distract yourself from focusing too much on the pain. So what are the things you can do when you are in a lot of pain? The few simple action steps you can do. Obviously, the number one thing is you have to get a medical check, right? You have to go see your physician and then rule out any red flags you have. You might have a fracture or a dislocation or some other things, cancerous tissue, tumor. You have to rule that out. And also any medical professionals can rule that out very nicely with proper investigation and examination. If there is any radiological help needed, they will take an X-ray or MRI or CT scan or ultrasound to rule that out. Even a physiotherapist is your first-hand healthcare practitioners can rule out a lot of red flags and they can refer you if there is anything needed for further checkups needed. That's the first thing you have to do, right? The second thing is you have to kind of ask yourself some really good questions to work out the worries you have in your mind, right? you have to ask yourself, can you explain, what may have happened according to you, right? And also, is there any possible reason for this pain to be suddenly increasing by doing more activities or exercise or bending down or lifting, carrying, anything like that? And also, you should know, you ask yourself, do I know what's happening within my body that's causing this pain? That is a very important question. You should try to find the answers, right answers. You can write down the answers for these questions, and actually you can take that to your healthcare practitioner during the appointment. It will really help them to identify what you think about your pain. What is your perception of your pain? So these questions are very valuable for you. And also, as I said, these questions, if you take it to healthcare practitioners, that can be very helpful for them to understand that as well. And the third thing is, practice some self-soothing techniques, right? There are a lot to calm down the nervous system, the highly sensitive nervous system. You can use very pleasant touch. You can self-massage yourself, or you can also ask your family members to kind of help you with massage that area very gently, or you can go see your physiotherapist or massage therapist or any hands-on practitioners to kind of get that self-soothing touch, because touch is a very powerful calming down effect on your sensitive nervous system, which is going haywire with all the painful symptoms and alarms and past experiences of pain, right? And also, soothing sounds and sights is very good to kind of excuse me, I have some itchy throat there. Painful memories or experiences, some soothing sounds, music, and also some walking in the park or see some greenery and nice scenery is really helpful. Nice smell, the good aromatherapy also found to be a lot of evidence to calm down the sensitive nervous system, take your mind away from the pain. And comforting taste, and get to your favorite food. Don't indulge too much on the crazy junk food, but whatever you like to have, a cup of green tea or a nice piece of small meal, what is healthy and also which you like, that also can help you to kind of calm down your nervous system a little bit. These are some of the self-soothing techniques you can follow. And try active pain treatment. That's the most important things, those are the days are gone when you have back pain, you have to kind of bed rest for 1 week. You have to start moving from right away once you ruled out the red flags, right? The movement is very important. Movement is the best thing you can do, right? It reassures the protective alarm system that all is well in your body. You don't have to worry about it. And it also helps to turn the alarm back down, so that your sensitive nervous system and the brain is not screaming about your pain all the time. So this is the same thing I did actually. That's a real life example. Like, I got hit by a cricket ball just the Friday before this Friday, right on my face. I was finished the bowling. I play cricket in the league, and because of COVID there is no cricket this year, but we play some practice game, and the guy hit the ball straight to me. The cricket ball is really hard and it comes at around 120 kilometer speed. I got it right on my chin right here. A couple of weeks before, this chin was this big, and I had very painful chin, plus my TMJ on the right side. I had really, really bad pain. I couldn't open my mouth, I couldn't chew, I couldn't talk. I was on liquid diet for 2 weeks. I can't chew very well. But these are the steps I actually followed. I have wonderful colleagues who helped me a little bit with some treatments, and I kept my mind away from that pain, not focusing too much on the pain, just get on with my life, practice all these steps I just told you guys, and it feels better. I would say the pain, it came down from 8 out of 10 to right now maybe 2 out of 10. When I talk, I can feel it, and when I chew, I can feel it, so I'm just chewing a little bit less. But my range of motion is good, this swelling is come down, and I'm taking some treatments as well. So just actively, the same thing I did last year when I had my MCL tear in my right knee during the camping time. So I actually follow the steps, what I'm teaching you guys, what I'm asking you to do. It really works. I'm a living example for that. And otherwise I would have not done this presentation with the really sore jaw. And that's the way it is. So this is kind of comes to the last point of what I want you to do is change your routine and build some social support, right? If you haven't walked before, when you have a lot of pain, just go for a small walk, or make a cup of tea, or go meet your friend and go for coffee. Talk to the social support is very important as well, and play with your kids whatever you can, and talk with your wife, go for a walk with your wife or friends. So this kind of changing your routine and improving your social support also helps to calm down your sensitive nervous system and changes the perception of pain and take your mind away from that a little bit more. So this is a small slide to show you guys the traffic light patterns for the pain self-management. The red light is to rule out your red flags. That's the first thing you have to do. The amber light is to understand your thoughts and beliefs about your pain. Your past thoughts, your experiences and beliefs about your pain holds very much truth, and it holds very much weight to how you feel your pain right now. If you had a really bad back pain problem 2 years before, that plays in your mind when you have back pain again this year. So that you have to understand and conceptualize that one. And the green light is to explore movement. Start moving, and follow your healthcare practitioner's advice and start moving. That is the best thing you can do when you have pain. So that is the end of that presentations. I have a couple of questions from our viewers. I just put the slide of the questions there. Today I don't have Anu to ask questions to me because I gave her a break from this, so she can sleep in a bit. The questions from the community, the first question is, should I have spinal surgery for my back pain? Right, actually I have 3 patients right now going in for it, and then I always get these questions, and this is a great question to answer, right? There are very small indication for you to have spinal surgery when you have severe back pain, because there is not a lot of evidence towards having a spinal surgery. First of all, you have to rule out the big red flags and have a consultation with your spinal surgeon. And I put some points there, right? If your pain is really broad in the area of your body, we are not able to track it really close, your symptoms and what we are seeing in the MRI, right? And also there's not a lot of significant changes. The chance of successfully relieving your pain and surgery is very low. There is only 30 to 60% chance of making, there is a 30% to 60% chance of making it worse after the surgery. So surgery is not the first option. You have to make sure you really need it. And also the 4 things you have to ask yourself, 4 questions you have to ask yourself before having spinal surgery. Number 1, do the changes in my spine matches the findings in the MRI or not, right? Also you have to do your research showing that the particular spinal surgery I'm going to have, what is the success rate for the surgery for my condition? You have to do your own research on that, or you can ask your healthcare practitioners for that question. And also you have to ask yourself, have you done your comprehensive pre-surgery rehab program or prehab program? Have you done 6 to 8 weeks of active physiotherapy program to relieve your pain and improve your symptoms? And then you can decide about it. A lot of spinal surgeons are going this way right now. They are referring you for a good spinal prehab program, pain management program before they do spinal surgery for you. That's a great way to go about, because in my experience, almost 80 to 90% of the people who come here for prehab spinal surgery, they are ending up cancelling their surgeries because the condition improves, and they are very surprised about that. And the last question you have to ask yourself is, how stressed and sensitive is my nervous system? If your nervous system is screaming with alarms all over, you need to work on calming down the nervous system first, because surgery is not going to decrease your nervous system sensitivity. It will increase it most likely. So you have to do a lot of other steps other than your surgery to decrease the sensitivity of the nervous system before you opt for surgery. These are the 4 questions you have to ask yourself before you opt for spinal surgery, and find the right answers and consult your healthcare practitioners for the right answers. The second question is, what is the best pain medicine? The answer is very simple: movement. Start moving. That's your best pain medicine. That concludes our 4th episode of Pain 101. Hope that was helpful. And if you like the episode, and if you would share it with your friends and subscribe for the channel Ask Giri, the Physio Show channel, that will be awesome. I'll see you guys another time this month for the 5th episode topic. I'll get that back to you guys soon, very soon. Have a great day, guys. Bye.